Revenge films.
My name is Sasha. I'm 24 years old and have been working as a company employee since graduating from university. I'm still close with my college friends. We keep in frequent contact and regularly have get-togethers. We're planning a trip to Hawaii for the upcoming New Year's, but there's one thing bothering us as the trip approaches. It's Hannah, the so-called mountain girl from college who everyone disliked. Hannah was one of the friends I shared my college years with, but both I and the others weren't fond of her. The main reason? She was obsessed with money, and not only that, her family wasn't rich, so she was into sugar dating to fund her lifestyle. She would go out to dinner or travel with men 30 years older than her and post about it on social media, showing off like she was a celebrity. What's worse, Hannah had a handsome boyfriend attending a well-known university, but she hid her sugar dating and lied, saying things like, "I went on a trip with friends using money I earned from my part-time job." In front of us, she bragged endlessly about living off daddy's money. She'd say things like, "There are tons of older men who'd want to spend money on cute girls. Maybe you guys wouldn't manage, but for someone like me, catching a rich guy is a piece of cake." She constantly tried to one-up everyone. Because of her attitude, Hannah was disliked by many girls. After graduating, we all drifted apart, but I still kept an eye on her social media posts, bragging about her extravagant lifestyle. Every time I saw them, I thought, she must still be sugar dating, and felt exasperated. Then, 2 years after graduation, I suddenly received a wedding invitation from Hannah. The groom turned out to be Hannah's handsome boyfriend from college, who graduated from a well-known university. I was shocked to learn that she had continued sugar dating while still seeing him. To think she was cheating on her serious boyfriend who she was supposedly dating with marriage in mind just to get rich men to treat her was beyond disgusting. Even though I was invited to her wedding, honestly, I had no intention of celebrating her. Still, since I received the invitation, I felt awkward declining, so all of us college friends decided to attend together. The wedding was scheduled just 1 week before our planned Hawaii trip. If Hannah found out about our vacation, she would definitely try to one-up us as usual. To avoid the drama, we all agreed not to mention the Hawaii trip and went to the wedding. During the ceremony, Hannah surprisingly gave off a humble impression. She was definitely putting on an act in front of her husband, and we couldn't help but exchange wry smiles throughout. During the ceremony, the bride's letter to her parents was read aloud, and as a surprise, she revealed that it was a shotgun wedding. The audience applauded in congratulations. Looking closely, it was clear that Hannah's belly was quite large, not early pregnancy at all. She later said that although it didn't look obvious, she was actually over 8 months pregnant. I said, maybe Hannah will calm down now that she's becoming a mother, and tried to offer congratulations, but then, during the candle lighting part, Hannah came over to our table. When the groom stepped away, she said, "You poor things, all still single? I hope you find someone wonderful like me soon, but, well, I guess it's impossible for y'all. Just do your best." Then as she left, she added, "By the way, I'm going on my honeymoon to Hawaii next week. Someone make a group chat so I can send photos." At that moment, one of my friends accidentally blurted out, "Wait, isn't next week the same time as our Hawaii trip?" Hearing this, Hannah sneered. "What? You poor plain girlies going to Hawaii? I see. You're trying to compete with me, but don't think you can win. I'll be showing off on social media how happy I am at the peak of life." Then she walked away. Seeing Hannah's unchanged, nasty side right in front of us left us speechless and utterly exasperated. On the day of our Hawaii trip, we figured the island was so big there was no way we'd run into Hannah, so we decided to forget about her and enjoy ourselves to the fullest. As we were relaxing and soaking up the vacation vibes, everyone's phones suddenly buzzed at once. Hannah had sent maternity photo pictures to all of us, along with a text saying, "Maternity photos in Hawaii are a must, right?" We weren't about to let her one-up us even on vacation, so we all turned off notifications for her messages and continued enjoying our trip. On the last day in Hawaii, with our skin nicely bronzed, we were leisurely browsing souvenirs at the airport and sipping coffee at a cafe. I suddenly remembered Hannah and, on a whim, checked my messages. There were dozens of texts from her saying things like, "Why is no one reading my texts? I'm in labor in Hawaii and it is so hard. Why isn't this covered by insurance? I can't pay $64,000. Please lend me money." When I told the others, they revealed they'd all received the same texts. Because we'd all muted her messages on the first day, we hadn't noticed, but it seems she'd gone into labor right after taking those maternity photos. None of us had any money to lend her, so we just ignored the messages, turned off our phones, and boarded the plane. A little while after returning to Japan, I got a call from an unknown number. To my surprise, it was Hannah's husband. He said he had some questions for us, so we arranged to meet at a cafe. When my friends and I arrived, there were two men waiting, Hannah's husband and a middle-aged gentleman. He apologized, saying,
"Thank you all for coming. This is my lawyer."
Then began explaining the situation. Hannah had gone into labor 2 months earlier than expected in Hawaii and delivered a premature baby, which required hospitalization. After the birth, she had been texting someone nonstop, and her husband, concerned, secretly checked her phone. Along with the texts begging us for money, he found messages she'd sent to her sugar daddy saying, "I'll keep our physical relationship going after the baby's born if you give me $64,000. Shocked, he confronted her, but she denied everything. After returning to Japan earlier, he hired the lawyer to investigate Hannah's affairs and wanted to hear from us. We told him everything about her sugar dating during college and the details we knew. One of my friends had actually met the man Hannah called Daddy before and even knew his name and workplace. When we told this to her husband, he said,
"Thank you, ladies. This is a great help."
And his expression grew serious. 1 month later, we received a letter from Hannah's husband. He explained that he had quickly identified the man she was having an affair with and confirmed that she had been cheating for years. As a result, they were getting divorced. Furthermore, DNA testing revealed that the child wasn't his, but the affair partner's. He was demanding a large sum in damages from both her and the other man, and the affair partner would be responsible for child support. She was now a single mother. Though Hannah gave birth in Hawaii, the baby, born prematurely, still hadn't been discharged from the hospital. Medical bills were piling up every day. When her parents were informed of the affair by her husband, they were furious. It seemed that even after the baby was discharged, she wouldn't have a place to return to. The man in his 50s, who had long acted as Hannah's sugar daddy, actually had a wife and children. When she demanded $64,000 from him, he flatly rejected her, saying he had no intention of divorcing. It seemed likely she would have to borrow money to pay the damages, and she would face a difficult future raising the child alone while struggling to repay the debts. She had no choice but to regret her past actions. We never saw Hannah again after that, but we still meet regularly and keep each other updated on life. She's become a source of laughter among us, and whenever her name comes up, we can't help but say, "I never want to see her again," and laugh about it.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.